Nah, Dynasty. It's JR League. Kevin, Samuel.
Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one.
I'm supposed to play Reggie on OTS, but you know how that go.
The Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year,
Reggie?
the Miami Hurricanes. 48 Sports College Football.
I just beat him in. Well, shit, I just beat him with Auburn the other day.
Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
You lost to Florida State?
The Hurricanes will kick it away to start us off.
Kyle, you lost to the Florida State team?
Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
I'm supposed to play him after this if this nigga show up.
From the gun, give on the inside. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because
Look
we learn a lot
at this
from
shit,
these types
bro.
of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today. What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if his quarterback goes his way again.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Running back searching for a hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And the Tigers are on the move. Give to the running back. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for them.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Here they come facing 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. The Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together with the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point
that's
makes
wild.
it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it.
Don't tear them up and tell them to come out.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did
That's
that
wild.
last drive
That's
quiet
great.
this crowd.
I work in a school and never thought about saying no shit like that.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
If I was a kid, I might have stabbed you. I ain't gonna lie.
The give to the back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. We'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
Well, your opponent scored on
Miss
their
time
opening
and miss
drive,
time.
so obviously no need to panic, but I know having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And man, it's a great job by this defense using the offensive momentum. They go down the field, score, they get you jacked up, excited. Defense is about adrenaline and really being able to play fast and physical and hard. Now they come out, 3 plays, they get the stop and force a 4th down.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Trying to get it to the marker. Jinging on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
That definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
And the Hurricanes will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it, and I get PTSD to this day. When you get those types of athletes in a three-point stance rushing the quarterback with that crowd noise, and your offensive tackles can't hear the snap count, it's not a lot of fun.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
After the misfire, it's 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
I'll tell you, this This guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards of pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and getting him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, you got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1, was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
The Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Slams it ahead. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He's at the 50. Past the 30. Past the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Tiger.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Darnold. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Auburn! And they turn it into a defensive score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First play of the period, 1st down here. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Grab behind the line. It's Pringle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on 3rd down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked off.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Great place to start for this offense. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. On the run, fires downfield. Complete to the right. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. UConn looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've seen this offense look this crisp since the days of Dan Orlovsky. They're up 14 over Syracuse. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes a grab on the shot. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
It's complete to the left. Breaks into the open. Bill, people like to make fun of quarterbacks, call them soft. They're nuts. He knew he was going to get drilled and still deliver the ball.
And I love the fact that he knew where his answer was against that blitz. He saw man coverage on the back end of that and immediately knew where he had to go with the ball.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He put it out there for him in the senior. A chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. They'll toss it to the left. Got a little space. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Got his man on the right. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. He's going to take off. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
And how about the awareness by this guy on 3rd down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that 1st down. It's 3rd. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably...
Oh, he's got some space. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The play action fake. Looking for the end zone. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. The Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. He got it. Wait just a second. There is a flag on the play. If this is on the defense, it could be a 1st down. And the offense cashes in on the roughing penalty, a mistake on special teams. We'll see if they can make it pay off. Trying to move them on the counter. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some...
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Auburn. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback, receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. It's Pringle. Finds a little space. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. And the Canes want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield on first down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
This quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Pringle. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. But that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Hurricanes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
How about the play by the speed back? You think about speed, you think about breaking ankles. He broke the tackle because he's so fast, moving so fast, hard to get the guy on the ground.
Caught near the sticks. It's Carr. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new to kind of...
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the board.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Robinson. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
A lot of times when you go to the stat sheet after the game, defenses are going to look at explosive plays. Like, we're taught to be top down, stay deep, don't give up those big plays, make them earn it all the way down the field. Bad job giving up the big play in the passing game.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
But you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you loved playing on teams with great offenses.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Looking for more room. Inside the 40, the 30, he's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Miami.
And there's something you don't see often, a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. As a quarterback, you know those windows are really small to throw into. And if you don't throw it on time, it's going to get, at minimum, tipped, maybe picked. That's the worst possible scenario for a quarterback. What a play by the defense.
Got his man quickly. He's into the end zone for the 2, and they get a little bit closer. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He'll pull it down and run. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. Catch in the middle, it's Thompson. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Wants to go up top on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab on the big throw. Touchdown, Tiger. A great catch and run for 6.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Tigers will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad.
It's a running room. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got him. And the Hurricanes come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Pringle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
The Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Trying to set up the screen. Nice move to keep running. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And the Canes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He gets it in there for the 2, and they'll chop a couple off that lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. There he goes. Past the sticks and still on his feet. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll give it to him again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for once.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going to swing it on second down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fakes the grab on the left. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? They'll send out the kicker here. Just drives it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Navy. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye. He'll take a deep shot here. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistent.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Pringle. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They bring him down, but not only did they get the turnover, he picked up a chunk of yardage, too.
Yeah, and that is so frustrating because he did the right thing. He got the first down, got past the sticks, but didn't do the most important thing and take care of the football, and that goes right back now to the defense.
And a great job, David, by the defense not quitting on the play, right? Of course, they saw him getting the first down, but they were still pursuing. They still got hats to the ball. They were able to rip it away, and that is a huge game-changing, momentum-changing type play now.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking for space, it's Henderson. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle, it's Thompson. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
You know, it's going to be so important for this offense to get better up front protecting and try to give this quarterback a pocket to throw from, because David, right now in that last play, he had no chance.
Yeah, and step one in stopping a good passing attack is always being able to affect the quarterback. And it's not always with sack.
Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He's loose on the left, and he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker slipping out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Snap in the shotgun. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the 3rd quarter and get it back with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Gonna run it. It's Henderson. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Robinson. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
And that is no good. Oh, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Miami. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They go back to work in the final period of this one. On the ground, it's Henderson. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. The defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
And off from the shotgun. Got the first down and more. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting...
Oh, he found a space on the right. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Auburn! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the goal.
Another interception. interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Power football with the run. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play, their ability to go sideline to sideline, right at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there to your running back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
It's a reverse. Turning it. Got enough space. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And RD, I love creative offensive coordinators. They don't just split a guy out wide that has game-breaking speed nowadays. Now they shift him, they motion him, they put him all over the place. They put him in motion and give him the football. Just find ways to get your playmakers the football and get the football to him in space where he can do damage like he did on this play.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Second and goal for the offense. Trying to slam in. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. They go right back to him. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Well, with a huge lead, interesting decision. Are you going to try to pad it with a field goal, or do you want to stay aggressive?
And what's nice is you got this big lead, so it really doesn't matter whichever you choose, but you can grab the points, or you can go to try to put this nail in the coffin.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Smashes it between the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
I'll be on after these games, man.
From the gun, they'll
Gotta
try
work
to
tomorrow.
impose their running game. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on
Holiday.
offense because obviously in the fourth quarter you're down by a bunch of points and
Don't
everybody
get me
in the
wrong.
stadium's expecting you to throw it to
Don't
get
need
back in
Jewish
the
shit,
game. So
though.
you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back.
Breaks into the open. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Niggas stink.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game.
Valkyrie right now won't be able to work.
But they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Fires to the right. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game.
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. That is no good because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film.
Man, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate, and listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Lyle. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down.
Waste of time.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep.
I wish I knew, Tim.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
You just sent me a time
The
like an hour
officials
ago. I'm
offer
gonna
the
play today.
deal,
You can't
and
play
the
till
coach
tomorrow,
accepts
bro.
that they will take the penalty.
That'll be the longest playoffs ever.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation.